So today I will be talking about multiple sequence alignment. All of you have heard about what phylogenetic trees are, where you decide, where you construct evolutionary relationship between different species. So when you construct all these different evolutionary relationship between species, what you actually get is uh, a tree, a diagram which shows nearness and closeness. Apart from that, multiple sequence alignments is that you have a sequence of a gene from different species. Now you align them and you see regions of the gene which has got homology and which are the same, or regions which are not the same. So you can see the sequence conservation from one species to the other. In today's study, we will be comparing two heat stress transcription factor genes from Arabidopsis, two from soybean, glycine max, and one from human. And on that basis of that, we will try to construct a phylogenetic tree using multiple sequence alignment. After your multiple sequence, so on using such an such a tool, a bioinformatic tool is extremely useful for for several different types of studies. It's preliminary to your experimental studies. You can see how the sequences, which regions of the gene are very important. Also you can say which organisms, on the basis of a gene, you can say which organisms are closely related and which are not closely related. So we have two closely related organisms, one is soybean and one Arabidopsis, and one distantly related, as we know from our general knowledge that humans are, we are not soybean or Arabidopsis. Arabidopsis is a plant. So let me share my screen. So I have already, you can see that I have already in the Google Classroom, I have already shared a sequence for multiple alignment. So this particular sequence I had taken from the internet, which for BSc students it is not important to understand right now how you sequence, but for master students it is important how you retrieve a sequence. This I will explain to the master students the day I will explain BLAST. So from that technique I had retrieved the protein sequences of the following. First is AT, means Arabidopsis thaliana, HSF A1A, heat stress transcription factor A1A, and I had sequenced, retrieved this protein sequence. As you can see, it starts with methionine, and all each letter represents an amino acid, specific amino acid. Each letter is a specific amino acid. You have the whole amino acid over here, and I had retrieved the sequence of Arabidopsis heat stress transcription factor A1D. I had retrieved the sequence of glycine max heat stress or soybean heat stress transcription factor, this one, and I have also retrieved the sequence of glycine max HSF, this particular sequence, and human HSF1 sequence. I have retrieved all the protein sequence. So this particular sequence, you see a greater than sign over here followed by a name, then all of them written, all the amino acid sequence written like this. This is known as a FASTA format. So I have aligned all the sequences in FASTA format in a straight line over here. I have aligned all the sequences in FASTA format. So these sequences are in FASTA format. So they are one by one I have placed them. So this type of a sequence with a greater 2 sign, then something written down from the next line, you have the sequences, and it ends over here. This is a FASTA format sequence of AT-HSF A1A. It has got 95 amino acids, and basically this is something which is it's a heat stress transcription factor, all of them. That is during when there is a heat stress or a heat shock. So these transcription factors are responsible to bind to the promoters of heat stress inducible genes, and these are basically under normal conditions, these transcription factors, they are in an inactive form, but when heat stress is there, they dimerize, and they bind to the promoters of heat stress inducible gene, like heat stress proteins or heat shock proteins. And these heat shock proteins under high temperature, they act as chaperones and protect the function or the activity or the structure of important genes of the cell, important proteins of the cell. Otherwise, these under heat, all the proteins, enzymes there, they will become denatured, and the cell may die, and they will it will function poorly. So under heat stress, they come and they sort of act as a jacket and protect the proteins inside. So they act as the chaperones, these heat stress proteins. So these transcription factors induce these heat stress proteins. So I am just currently I am copying this, all the sequence, all the 4 sequence I am copying. As you can see, the first sequence is first 2 are Arabidopsis, next 2 are soybean, and the last one is the human HSF sequence. Now we go to the multiple alignment. See, I have given the link in the Google Classroom. There are 2 of them. One is this Cluster W, and the other is this particular bioinformatics sequence 2, this multiple sequence alignment. This is from EMBL EBI. Okay. Multiple sequence. So multiple sequence. Multiple sequence alignment. Multiple sequence alignment is generally the alignment of 3 or more biological sequences. It can be protein. So the sequences which we had seen, it was either it was a protein, but you could use it for nucleic acids or DNA and RNA as well. So multiple sequence alignment is generally the alignment of 3 or more biological sequences. A protein or nucleic acid of similar length. From the output, homology can be inferred and the evolutionary relationships between the sequences studied. So you should have when it is when there are 2 sequences, it is known as pairwise alignment tools. 2 sequences are aligned together, but when we are talking about multiple sequence alignment, it is actually 3 or more biological sequences. From the output, so you can see regions of homology can be inferred and the evolutionary relationship between the sequences studies. So we can construct a phylogenetic tree also. First, we can align them one after the other and see which regions are common and which regions are not common. So we have taken heat stress, different heat stress transcription factors from the same species as well as different species, Arabidopsis, soybean and human. So we use normally for your exam purpose, Cluster omega or Cluster W, either of these sites, both of these are basically used, is good enough for alignment. I would recommend you people to study this. Apart from that, there are other sites also, bioinformatic resources also, which you can use. T-Coffee, MView, Muscle, MAFFT, depending upon your purpose when you are doing research, you can use these particular things. So let us launch Clustral Omega. You have to launch this particular thing. So you have launched Clustral Omega, so we are going to align them using Clustral Omega. So Clustral Omega is a new multiple alignment sequence program that uses seeded guide trees and HMM profile techniques to generate alignment between 3 or more sequences. Currently, don't bother yourself what is seeded guide trees and HMM profile techniques. This is let us consider that this is a particular bioinformatic method by which it is done for 3 or more sequences. Pairwise alignment, when you use 2, you use pairwise alignment sequence tools. So this the benefit of this tool is that this tool can align up to 4000 sequences with a maximum file size of 4 MB. So first thing is you have to enter or paste a set of sequences. I have already copied it, or you can upload that file. So this particular file which is present, I can upload either this file which is kept in FASTA format, or since I have copied it, I can copy and paste it. So what I do is I copy and I paste it. So all of them are pasted over here. All the sequence which I have copied, they have pasted all the sequence. So you can set your parameters. So the first parameter is Clustral W with character count. So how many characters are there, it will count. So you go and you check Clustral W. You can also do it. You can also get the FASTA format here, MSF, phylip. These are all different types of trees, evolutionary trees. So let us go for Clustral W with character counts. That is good enough for it. And what you do then is you can also be notified by email if you want. But let us go for submit. So it is filtering the parameter, validating the job is currently running, it's telling to be patient, and here is your result. So you can see I am increasing the size. Human HSF sequence, the proteins have been aligned. Then you have Arabidopsis sequence. Then you have the 2 soybean sequence. The soybean sequence, you can see they are almost all the amino acids are more or less they are the same. Between Arabidopsis and you see the dash means it's not aligning. So the human, you can see there are a lot of this, the humans are different. So there are a lot of places where this human is not aligning. R and P, you can see they are more or less similar. D and R, you can see there are this has been aligned. So they are aligning it like this, the whole sequence. So one of them, it goes from here 1 to 25, then it goes. So you can clearly see from that the plant sequences have got more similarity than the animal sequences. Directly you can see. And there are regions, of course, in this plant sequence, this region from PV or this PA, PP, PP and GFR, KVD. Actually, this is the DNA binding domain. I know because I had done research on heat stress transcription factors. I know that this particular region, it is the heat stress, the DNA binding domain, the one which binds to the heat stress elements on promoters of heat shock inducible genes. So this is the DNA binding element. Apart from that, this KRRR, which you say, these are the regions which are, this is by activation domains. They are activation domains. So this is a multiple alignment which you can do. So you can, I have not shown colors. I have not shown colors, but you can also do show colors. So you can see the colors, you can see the colors. The ones which are absolutely in red, they are very critical amino acids. They are very conserved in all of them. So you can, they are shown in colors over here. You can see them in colors. Now, let us see what is the phylogenetic tree. you go to phylogenetic tree on the basis of sequence this alignment, which is similarity and dissimilarity, a cladogram is drawn. You can clearly see in this cladogram, in this tree data, which is the nearest. First is let's consider glycine. So glycine has glycine, this one and this glycine, they have got this nearest neighbor analysis. So this is the MCRA, the most recent common ancestor. So glycine and these two are the very sequence, they are very closely related. Absolutely, they are the same species only. Then you compare that with that of Arabidopsis. Arabidopsis also, they come under one particular group. You see, this is one group and this comes under one group. But this Arabidopsis, they come under one group. You can see this phylogenetic tree branching. And you can see the human HSF1 sequence coming over here. Let us do this alignment in another cluster. Cluster W. You execute multiple alignment. So here you see the multiple alignment, you get the multiple alignment over here. You get the cluster file. Now from there you get a, let's see, get a phylogenetic tree. Let's execute the phylogenetic tree. My job is running. So it is still running, just wait for some time. It will finish very soon. Here it has come. Look at the tree. Glycine together, Arabidopsis together, and human is coming, is much more far away. So this is the branch point. So you here you have considered, you see the soybean, same species, they are all together. This species is different, a bit different. A1A, see, it's a different branch, Arabidopsis. But this sequence and this sequence are a bit different. So it also comes out from a different branch. All of them have, this is the most common of AT A1D, and for A1B, which is the common branch point, this is the common branch point. This is the MCRA point over here. For human and for Arabidopsis and for all of them, the common branch point is over here. So this is how you do a analysis. So this is how you draw. You can do this for even for whole organism itself. You take say ribosomal RNA sequences of say Arabidopsis, one from Arabidopsis, one from Glycine max, one from tomato, one from human, one from another species, and align. You can, from that you can construct a phylogenetic tree based on molecular sequences. So this is how this is the end of my class. Do you people have got any questions? You can ask me. প্রশ্ন আছে, জিজ্ঞেস করো প্রশ্ন থাকলে। Do you have questions? না বুঝতে পেরেছো? হ্যালো, শুনতে পাচ্ছো? কেউ একজন বলো। বুঝে গেছো, ঠিক আছে, গ্রেট গ্রেট, ওকে ফাইন। তাহলে আমি ক্লাস শেষ করছি আজকে। ওকে ওকে ফাইন, ইউ হ্যাভ আন্ডারস্টুড। আই এম এন্ডিং দ্য ক্লাস, আই উইল সেন্ড ইউ দ্য রেকর্ডিং অলসো। ওকে ঠিক আছে, দেন টিল দ্য নেক্সট ক্লাস। ওকে ওকে, বাই দেন, হ্যাভ আ নাইস ডে। ওকে। অন্য ভেরিয়েবলটা কি করে